This is Logan Webb, and I guess what he says bothers you somehow, but this is the conversation you were talking about.
I walked in, and I didn't know how many pitches I was at, and then Ness shook my hand, so I thought I was done, and then Tony kind of asked if you're good, and I said, it's up to you, it's your decision, and then he came back to me after. I want to say it was, they made after the challenge, we got the first, and he was like, we're going to make a change. And I was like, okay.
99 pitches, though, did you feel like you could go out there for that ninth inning?
Yeah, I feel like I can, I feel like I can throw as many as I want to throw. I felt good. I don't, regret that decision at all, I was excited to watch Keaton throw. We scored 2 there. Just unfortunate that the way that unfolded.
That was Logan Webb talking about his conversation with Vitello. Said the pitching coach shook his hand after the 8th inning. Then Vitello came up to him and said, "What do you think?" And Logan Webb said, "Up to you."
Yeah,
and Vitello then. I mean, I bet you some of it had to do with the fact that they went up 3-1. I bet if it was 1-1, maybe he would have given Webb the opportunity to go out for the 9th and get the win. But I think he probably figured we're up 3-1. He's thrown 99 pitches. He's got the win under his belt. If we can get out of this, no sense in pushing him out there for 110, 115 pitches. We just need a pitcher to come in and shut the door. It didn't happen.
Now, I did hear Logan Webb in that soundbite, Steiny, say, I felt good, so he could have went out there.
Well, how come he didn't tell Vitello that?
That's a good question. And then also, Tony Webb said, I'm kind of confused again. He said, he kind of asked me. He kind of. I'm like, what's that mean? Kind of. Like, you good or you're not? But Webb, Shasky said he thought Webb was covering, and Shasky's not the only one that mentioned this to me, that thought maybe Webb was covering for Vitello, who made the decision solely himself. But if Logan Webb still feels good at 99 pitches, and Steiny, you've identified, along with everybody that watches this team, that the bullpen is not a strength, and just the night before, we got funky, and Saturday they blew the game. Why would you – I'm just asking, why wouldn't going the Webb route, keeping him in, supersede a bullpen that's shaky or not good?
I mean, you're probably going to disagree with me, but I think this is – I don't think it's a big deal. I don't. He had a decision to make. It was very simple. Does he go with Webb or does he go with a reliever? Maybe he shouldn't have gone with Webb. With Winn, he should have gone with somebody else. But, like, these kind of decisions to me, they're made all the time, like in baseball. Last night, it didn't work out. And I feel like a lot of times it doesn't work out when the team itself is not a strong team. And this team – you were either going to push Logan Webb in his 3rd start after being on the injured list, or you were going to try to get somebody else to come in and save that game. And he picked Keaton Winn, and Keaton Winn didn't get it done. And because he didn't get it done, now everybody points to the fact that he pitched the previous 2 games. Why did you use him? Why didn't you use the young guy? Because Winn's been there before, and that's the way he went. And why didn't Webb demand to have the ball in the 9th inning? Maybe because he's not Madison Bumgarner. I don't know. But to me, this is vintage baseball, the one that doesn't work out for you.
Let me ask you this. On the Steiny computer, does it cross your mind at all that maybe Logan Webb was demonstrative, not rude, but was demonstrative in regard to trying to stay in the game, and Tony still made the decision to take him out, and that's why Webb could possibly be covering for him?
I mean, when I watched the end of the 8th inning and Webb's at 99 pitches, the first thing I'm thinking is, I wonder if he'll pitch the 9th. And there was clearly a decision that had to be made, whether he was coming out for the 9th or not. And Tony Vitello put everything into the equation that he thought, and he didn't want to push Logan Webb.
Yeah.
And he went to Winn, and Winn didn't come through last night. They got beat late in the game like they have frequently this year. So that pattern continues. And again, until they get better relievers, they're going to struggle out of the bullpen.
Now, and hey, I hear you. And I want to just flip it to the B side right now, which is the offense, because you text the thread. The big guys coming up in regard to Devers, Arise, and Adames in the bottom of the ninth. That happened. Devers led off with a walk, and something we don't see a lot of. Arise struck out. Adames in a situation to do some damage, flies out to center, and then I can keep calling him Ichiro. That's not fair. Jung-Hoo Lee is as hot as all can fish grease. Singles to right. So now you got first and third. Your rookie up, having a good, he put you up earlier and he strikes out. So that was part of it too. The offense didn't pick you up.
Yeah, great learning experience for Eldridge. Game-winning situation. Had a chance.
He was going to get a hit. Yeah, I did. When you said, well, Goo, I just felt it,
Let's go to Rob. Rob's in San Jose.
Rob.
Hey, Rob, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Yeah, this is just a microcosm of the Giants season.
Yep.
And I really wish Webb had more Scherzer or Bumgarner in him and just looked him in the eye like, no, I want the ball. Like, this is my game to lose. I've pitched well. I want the ball. If you're that dude, you're the ace on the team. Like, you are what many people say would be the face of the Giants and have been. Like, I want Webb to say, I want the ball. And Vitello, man, you need to go George Costanza and just opposite day. Whatever you're thinking, do the opposite, because it ain't going to be worse of the decisions he's made. Decision after decision is letdown after letdown, late in games, and it just L after L after L.
Yeah, I get the sense that, Vitello, the choices he has, none of them are automatic. That's the way it feels like to me, because they don't have a set situation with their bullpen. It feels like when he goes to the bullpen, every day is kind of different. He doesn't have a setup man at 7, then an 8th inning guy and a closer. They don't have that kind of personnel. And so it does feel like every day he's kind of managing. And plus they are in the middle of a stretch where I think they play 13 straight days up until Thursday. And so, maybe Wynn's not the only one with a tired arm. But, he gave it up last night and they lost another game late, which has happened enough this year to know that they either need to upgrade the relieving core, or it probably will continue to happen.
Well, and that's not a good thing, especially if Giant fans are still hoping this team could turn it around. And Matt Chapman was talking about after the great win Sunday night on Peacock in front of, the world. He was talking about in the clubhouse they believe. But I want to run something by you about the conversation that we don't know, again, verbatim, what was said between Vitello and Logan Webb. And it got me to thinking, I'm just curious, Donnie, and I'm going to let it out. You talked about Matt Chapman. We talked about him last week and just his thoughts on playing for a first-time, rookie manager that doesn't have any MLB experience, and just how Matt Chapman's looking at Vitello, not self-sabotaging himself at all, because that would be stupid. But the bottom line is, just that respect component to a degree. And I am wondering, had that been Bruce Bochy asking Logan Webb, how are you? I guess I don't like Logan Webb saying it's your decision to Tony Vitello. Had that been a more seasoned skipper, would there been a more, concise answer than it's up to you?
Well, whose decision is it?
But to me, I think Tony even asking you, Chapman, he's telling you, take the damn ball. And for you to say it's up to you, that's kind of weird. That don't sit right.
What if he was gassed?
But he said he felt good in that clip.
Okay, but that's not what he told Vitello. He said it was up to you.
And that's what I'm getting at. Why?
Okay. Well, I think some of it probably, I could be wrong, but to my way of thinking, honestly, if we're 1-1 going into the ninth, I might send him out there. But once they got 2 runs and it's 3-1,
you got some cushion.
Goodness gracious, put your closer in.
Well, you don't have one.
And protect Logan Webb at 99 pitches and get him out of there with an 8-inning game. And he was dominant and he gets a win. But obviously the relief, win doesn't come through, and now it all looks bad. This is Tony Vitello on his decision to take out Logan Webb.
Obviously an outstanding outing by Webby. Made the decision to let him go back out in the 8th. Looked really good. Obviously, you get back to the top of the order one more time through, and where he's been at with pitch count and a little bit of time off, long delay in the inning, decided to go to the guy who's been late in the game for us. And obviously with Keaton, he's got, experience of it going his way and not going his way. So goes out there, and then as we navigate through the inning, there's obviously some situations in there you don't want strikes, but we provided strikes. So to me, that was kind of the difference maker.
All right, Tony Vitello.
Now, and I hear him. I do want to say this. Dylan Smith, who closed the game and came out of nowhere, I wasn't familiar with him, Stoney. Sunday night against the Cubs, I'm sitting there like, what just happened? Wow. Okay, they could use more of that. So I bring him up only because we know his arm is not dead or tired, and Vitello hadn't gone to him, like a horse in the Preakness. So it's so easy to do what I'm doing, but I'm doing it for effect because, man, maybe he could have been an option, or that could have been a reward for what he did Sunday by closing out the game in Chicago. And Tony should have known what Estes had known, and everybody that was concerned that Winn was gassed, he shouldn't have been an option. So easy for me to come in from Union City, Stoney, to say maybe Dylan Smith should have got the ball again.
Well, how many?
15 innings total coming into the save.
So nobody else other than Vitello knew, or Vitello was the only guy who didn't know Winn's arm was tired.
That's more than fair.
And I'm looking at
more than fair.
Webb's pitches over the course of this year.
Yeah.
The most pitches he's thrown in a game this year was his first start when he pitched 104.
Yeah.
So ever since then, 92, 98, 99, 98, 92, 62, 86, 95, 99. So he's been in the 90s all but 2 of those games.
Okay.
And I just think that Vitello probably thought, if I send him out there for the 9th,
right,
he's not going to retire the side in 6 pitches because they got to try to start a rally. And he probably figured, once I send him out there, he's going to be up around 110, and I am uncomfortable with that number. I'm just speculating.
Yeah. But the genesis of what you put down to me about my point I was trying to make is, you knew he was gassed, is you're saying Tony Vitello has a staff, so other people should have known that maybe Winn wasn't the guy to go to. Isn't that what a pitching coach should say to Vitello? Winn's been out there a couple days in a row. I want to be careful there, or you might want to think about the other guy. But he got out of the 8th inning relatively easy in regard to pitch count. Now, you do make a good point about, it's the 9th, they're trying to start a rally, he's have to expend more energy. I just know the games are going by. They're coming and going. The Giants aren't making any headway. The division, that thing is sailed. You ain't getting in there, and you feel like you made some you gave one again. The bullpen gave the game away Saturday against Chicago, and it's kind of getting old, and you're not good enough to keep affording these wins, especially when you're at home to start a 6-game homestand, to blow game 1 like that.
Yeah, I get it. Vitello will take a lot of grief for taking Webb out, but you ask him after the game, and he says he was up at 99. He had just come off the injured list. The bottom of the 8th inning had gone long because the Giants obviously scored 2 runs. He thought the break might have been too long. He went with Winn. It didn't work, and that's happened a lot this year for the San Francisco Giants. This is Shawn Estes, NBC Sports Bay Area. This is what he had to say after the ball game.
Keaton Winn's going to get a lot of blame for this game, and he shouldn't. And I'll tell you why he shouldn't. Because he just got done pitching 24 hours ago in Chicago, getting in at 4 a.m., throwing 19 pitches. The day before that, he threw 22 pitches. He had 4 appearances on the road trip. 3 of those 4, he had to get 5 outs in those games. The guy's arm is tired, and you could tell in the 9th inning, based on the mistakes he was making with that split, that he just didn't have it. His arm was beat, right? My point is that he shouldn't even be in the game today, all right? And you know who should be in the game? The guy that started the game.
Yep.
And the reason why he should have been in the game, because he's the guy, he's your ace. He's the guy that can handle that. The guy's thrown more than 100 pitches a few times in his career. He pitched his butt off all game.
Yes, he did.
Probably should have had 80-something pitches going into the 9th inning rather than 99 because of a call that they probably should have challenged earlier in the game that would have saved him 12 pitches. And he doesn't get the ball in the 9th inning. He's the guy that was able to get his sleep last night. He wants the ball in that inning. In a game like that today, you want to save your bullpen. I guarantee you the Logan Webb wanted to go out and pitch that 9th inning. I give Keaton Winn no blame in this game.
Well, there's a couple things there.
Yeah, because that was all at Tony V right there.
The other thing is, just because Webb wanted to go out in the 9th, does that mean he has to go out in the 9th? And does he have to go out in the 9th because Tony Vitello is a rookie manager? But if Tony Vitello, or rather Logan Webb, were pitching under, like, what a pitcher wants to do or doesn't want to do doesn't always translate into what ends up happening. A lot of managers pull pitchers out when they don't want to be pulled out. So, like, if Logan Webb really wanted to stay in that game, then he shouldn't have said, it's up to you, Tony.
No
he
doubt.
should have said, I want to go out for the 9th inning.
Wow.
But
But also,
maybe he didn't feel great. He knew he was at 99 pitches, and they were up 2, and he probably figured, get me out of here, and let's get out of here with a win.
No, I love what you're putting down, but I think it differs depending on what type of bullpen you have. If you have the best bullpen in baseball,
starters go the
Webb,
whole way.
sit down, congratulations, great job. We might pull you at 89. But if you got a raggedy bullpen that just cost you a game just this Saturday in Chicago,
It's cost them games all year, so you got to use your bullpen at some point.
Or you don't when Webb is dealing.
Okay.
I'm just saying that would be my incentive. Like, what's my alternative to? Because our bullpen is not Geico. It is not insured to keep things, keep the team at bay. So to me, that's all the to be incentivized of Webb saying he felt good. And it is odd. I hate that Webb revealed it's up to you, but Estes is up there like Batman saying with the energy, he shouldn't have came out, but Webb's not conveying that, Shawn.
My point is if Logan Webb had maybe not pitched quite as well and says to Vitello, I want to go out there for the 9th, does that mean he gets to go out there for the 9th, even if Vitello doesn't believe that his arm feels as good as Webb's saying?
But that's a lot different than how Webb looked and what your bullpen is just normally, Sonny.
All I know is if the manager said, what do you think?
Yeah.
And he said, it's your decision.
I don't
that
like
to
that.
me is saying, go ahead and take me out.
Yeah. No,
Sorry.
I'm with you.